You all asked me, what is the difference between the weathered and the unweathered version of the Sabine lightsaber? Let's take a look. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Collector's Outpost. I am John. Well, we recently took a look at the XENO V3 version, Sabine Lightsaber from Vaders Sabers. They were kind enough to send that over for everybody to check out. And what happened here, let me tell you a little story. The version I got of this Sabine Lightsaber seems to have been maybe like a pre-production version. So the version I showed you isn't the one most of you, if not all of you, actually received. And I was getting a lot of messages. I'm actually still getting a lot of messages that the version you guys got was slightly different. Not style-wise or anything, just how the buttons were configured and the fact that you guys got a second emitter and I didn't. And you all asked what the weathered version would look like, and I have that one here, so we'll take a close look at that. Now, I'm not going to do a complete unboxing because I've already done that. It's going to be the exact same as this Sabine lightsaber. It's the same exact manufacturer and everything, so all the stands are the same. You get the blade, you get all the accessories and all that stuff. Now, really, what I want to update you on is that, well, the version I got, this was the button here, and it was a single button. This didn't work or anything. And this here, if you remember, I actually had to take these shrouds off, swap out the emitter, then put these back on. And it was kind of annoying to do. It's a lot of steps just to swap out the display piece versus the actual blade piece. And a lot of you were having problems also getting this emitter off. I'm going to show you how I did that. The chassis are virtually exactly the same. Let me just pop those out really quick so you can see. So as you can see, they're virtually exactly the same. Lights all around the side, 18650 battery, both come with a kill switch. So the only things that are different are the boards that are running it. Mine here doesn't do anything. It's not a switch, it's not a toggle or anything. The switch for mine was on this actual plate here, as you can see. Now the version that you all got seems to be this one here, where this is, you could actually see the button wasn't removed. You can actually still see that button right there. Maybe it was just cheaper and easier because they already had the configuration and everything for it. But the switch was moved up to their little red button here. It is just a single button configuration that has two options. So you can use it as a button or kind of like a switch. And swapping through the fonts is the exact same type of configuration, like 1, 2, 1, 2. Or you can push the button for about 2 seconds solo. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now let me move up here to the emitter because so many of you message me that you cannot get this off. You have the other emitter here and this is just not coming off. That was the same thing with this one. So I actually had, you might be able to do this with a few different things, but I actually have a pair of vice grips, right, and a paper towel. And how I did this, now you have to be very careful because even though this is the weathered version, I did add a little bit of scarring here. You could actually see, let me see if I can get a little closer. You can actually see right around there, I kind of scratched it up a little bit on both sides where the teeth kind of grabbed in. And it's only because, for whatever reason, this is on so tight. So what I did to try to minimize the damage, and you know, obviously it didn't work too well, but I actually put some paper towel around that little neck part here. Now, I don't think this is ideal, and I don't think this is really a good answer for it. It's just the only way I was able to figure out how to do it. I was able to grab that right in there, just like that, right? And I was able to yank that off. Again, I did kind of scar mine up a little bit. But I'm not too worried about it because this is the weathered version, so battle damage. So they did give 2 different emitter versions, thank God, because having to take these shrouds off was actually a pain in the butt. To just put a blade on. But we have that needle tip version, which is the actual proper display piece. And then we have one where the blade can go in, which is really nice. Now, like I was saying, this is the weathered version. This one here has more of a nice shinier finish, not like full mirrored chrome, but still a very nice shiny finish. As you can see, I'm trying to shine the light off of it a little bit. All right, now this one here is much more dull. Let me see if I can, yeah, you can see that side by side, how much more dull this one here is. Now, would I call this weathered? Not weathered. It's definitely more dull, but you can see there's really no dirt or anything or any kind of weathered indication anywhere here that I can actually see. Really nothing on the pommel or anything. There does seem to be some little variations of maybe like a white wash or a matte wash that they put over it, but it's definitely not a weathered thing. Up on the emitter here, they did slap a little paint in there to give it an indication of some weathering. And I don't know if this is going to come off on camera here, but you can see there are some kind of streaks and lines right there on the emitter, trying to give the indication of wear and use. You can actually see the paintbrush marks on whatever kind of finish it is that they used here. And they did the same thing for the display version of the emitter too. Got that little black smudge over there in the middle, and that same kind of wash that you can see the brush strokes and everything over here. Now, I do recommend when you put it on, don't overly tighten this, or you're going to go back to the vice grips or whatever kind of solution that you figured out how to get that off. It's just, it gets on there way too tight. I mean, you can give it a little nudge so it's on there, you know, as long as you can kind of take it off, but if it's too tight, you're already turning the neck here. You can see this whole thing. So you want to make sure it's just loose enough that you can grab this with your fingers and loosen that up. Now, this weathering did come directly from the manufacturer itself. I do want to recommend, if you're gonna get a weathered version, this one it's okay, but if you want to step it up to something more like this was the Ezra lightsaber that I did myself with all of the aluminum black and a lot of the scratches and some of the rust and everything. This is my own version, so you're not going to be able to buy this. However, I am giving this one away at 15,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, so drop down, make sure you subscribe for that. But if you want something a little closer to this kind of look, Vaders Sabers does offer a weathering service. I would say have them do more of a custom weather job, because I do feel he's going to do a lot better than what the manufacturer did here. Now, I will put a direct link for this version here. This one here is the XENO V3. This does have a mobile app that you can kind of bang around and really do all your settings through the mobile app. This one here is the Profi version and does not have an app. And if you really want to utilize Profi to its maximum potential, you really need to learn how to code Profi. So that's really the only difference between the clean and the weathered version. Now, while I do have the Profi here, let's just go through a couple of quick settings so you know where a few things are. This is a single button Profi, so all your functions will be on this little toggle switch. Switching your fonts is just hold it for like 2 seconds. So 1, 2. You will be Empress. We will be 1, 2. You have hate. 1, 2. Oh, I have a bad feeling about this. Now again, that toggle is also the switch, so you could also just push down like a button. So 1, 2. 1, 2. And it's also the power. Blasters, blasters. Lock up. Got a bunch of different fonts in here, preloaded on here. I am no Jedi. Flipping through your fonts is pretty easy. You can give it a single click to go forward and a double click and hold to go backwards. So forward. You and I will be working forward. Much good for nothing, Jedi. Forward. Fulfill your destiny. Okay, and then if you want to go back, it's double and hold. So 1, 2. Good for nothing, Jedi. 1, 2. You and I 1, 2. So the second you're holding it. The volume is also very easy. You're going to hold the button and give a bump. So hold. Enter volume menu. So you'll press and hold for about a second and the volume will go up, and then you can double click for the volume to go down. So 1, maximum volume. We're ordered at the top. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, and then to go back up, singles. 1, 2. Maximum
volume.
And to get out of the volume mode, press and bump.
Volume menu end.
Now, the battery level, super easy to check. There's actually a font for that. But if you want to just do it on the fly without having to find the font, triple click the button. 1, 2, 3.
The battery level is 3.61 volts.
And if you want to get an actual percentage of where your battery is sitting, you're going to do 3 and hold. 1, 2, 3.
The battery level is 57%.
Now, swapping through the color on a single button is also different than the double button. So what you want to do, you're going to flip that on, hold it upside down, push your power button and give a twist. All right, so now we are activated and you're just going to turn, this is the same, you're just going to turn and dial in the color. So we can go into blues, you can go back the other way, go into your greens, whatever it is you want to do. All right, so it's easy as just twisting your saber. So let's go into a green, let's find a nice green. Right about there, and then just push the button to set it in.
Color selected.
Beautiful. Now, a lot of sabers, as you know from this channel, are programmed with twist on and twist off. Now, this one seems to be programmed when you twist it to swap through the fonts, which I actually really do like. Now, for whatever reason, sideways does not activate anything. Right side up, and then upside down goes back.
I am no Jedi.
So the gesture controls are just set different on this one. I don't know if they'll all be set like this, but I do kind of like that. I like the fact that you can just twist and flip through the fonts really fast. However, I'm so used to it just turning on and turning off. But if you know how to program Profi with all the software and everything, you could probably get in there and change that out. Reminds me of the XENO. I actually kind of like that. Can bang through the font so much faster.
You have hate, you have anger, but you don't use them.
So that is about it. You'll actually get 2 Profi cards here with all of the settings and everything that it does. So no worries there. You can refer back to this video for a couple of the things, but everything that you need should be right here on these cards. Oh, a lot of you have asked me about these blades because you've seen me use these little blades or post pictures of these little blades. You can actually also get those on Vader Sabers. I'll put all the links down below. Thank you so much to Vader Sabers for sending over the weathered version and the updated version for me to kind of check out and for everybody to have their answers on how to get the neck out and why theirs was very different than the one I reviewed. But that is about it for this. I just wanted to give you guys an update. Links will be down below along with a discount. Thank you so much to Vader Sabers for sending these out, and let me know what you think of this version down in the comments. And while you're down there, hit the like, subscribe, and notification button for upcoming videos. I'll see you all in the next video. Be safe and kind out there in the world. See ya.